How's it going? This is Justin with DMVLIFE.com. I'm here with Septimius the Great right now. We're about to get live. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you doing here today?
Well, I'm here to do an interview for DMV Life. It feels good to be home doing interviews other than traveling all around the world. So I'm excited about this. I'm enjoying it.
What do you mean? Where are you from here in the DMV?
I'm from Baltimore, but right now I live in Silver Spring, Maryland. I'm from Baltimore and I love it. People don't like it, but I like it.
There's a city out there for everybody. So coming up, music seems to be not the only facet of your image here, but what would you say like influences the music that you do today?
What happened was I didn't want to just be a music artist. I really wanted to create a brand. When I first started this, I kind of interviewed with Lady Gaga's management team because I wanted to find out something was different that would actually sell. So I learned quickly that not only a good sound, a good look, but you had some kind of niche. So I created the Septimius the Great, which is the emperor of music. So they had like a little bit aspects of everything.
Right, now Septimius. Now, to me, the bells are already starting to ring. But why don't you tell where did the name Septimius come around from?
Well, Septimius was actually a real Roman emperor. So I was Googling looking for a powerful figure, and I found out that Septimius Severus was a Roman emperor that was from Africa. So what I decided to do was, okay, he had a powerful name and a good reputation, so let me go ahead and spin that and flip it to music. So I created Septimius the Great.
And the personality stands here before us. Now, I'm not to say, I almost feel a little bit underdressed here today. What's the inspiration behind the outfit?
Well, you know, what it is I try to be different. Like sometimes I go full costume, like the whole Roman emperor look with the dances and the girls with the pedals and all that kind of crazy stuff. But because I'm home and I feel more natural, I also want to do something that fits, not so far off. So this is like my middle ground. So my inspiration is will.i.am. That's my boy, and I love his sound, his business mind, and everything. So I kind of like following that path.
And going off a little bit of will.i.am, a little bit of Lady Gaga, I'm digging the shades here today. I'm kind of wondering, can you see? That's basically.
Oh, I can see. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty clear.
All right.
Yeah.
Put it on for just a second.
There you go.
Channel my inner Septimius here. Now, as you had mentioned, that your music is a kind of a fusion, and now as great as that is, you get to read a broad range of audiences. When people ask, so who's Septimius? Oh, he sounds like, or the music is kind of like. If you could put it in one or two words, what would you say your music is?
It is a sound like will.i.am. Yeah, because what I like about it is when I was watching Black Eyed Peas, I couldn't decide where I wanted to go, house music or hip hop or club, dance, R&B, I even put a little rock and opera in it, a little bit of everything. So I couldn't really box it, so I was kind of looking at different groups out there that would kind of fit my style, so it was the Black Eyed Peas. So, and I noticed that they went like in every aspect, you really can't put them in a box. So my sound is a lot like, the Black Eyed Peas is a huge fusion, which is pop music or whatever you call it, but it also, will.i.am also has the uniqueness of it, of bringing it all together. So.
Now with pop music, a lot of people say that it's not really challenging the genre anymore. There's not really things that separate others from others. What would you say makes Septimius a brand above the other pop stars on the top 40 right now?
And that's correct. You actually correct about that, because pop music is just going out there and just doing anything you do. There's no real technique to it. But that was the reason why I did a lot of historical history and research about to have a successful brand. It's not just about the music. It's about the look, what your niche is, what your brand is, what kind of story you're trying to tell. Are you unique enough? So I was like, okay, this Roman emperor thing is going to be my thing. So,
and you actually did. I watched a video of yours, Exotic Love, I believe. Oh, yeah, is that very, very Roman Empire? Is this now again? Obviously, this goes into the Roman Empire thing. If you haven't watched it, definitely check it out on DMV Life. We have a few of his videos up there. But did you come up with the concept yourself? You sat down with a director, or how did that come about with the whole theme of the video?
Yeah, well, I sat down with the director, definitely. What I wanted to do was put together not just a music video, but also like a movie, like you're actually watching cinematography. So I wanted to do a series of 6 videos that actually, when it's all put together, it's chapter 1 through 6, there's actually a mini movie. So Exotic Pleasure was actually just one part of it. So I had to start with the whole Roman feel of it and really take you back in the historical part of it. And as you'll see in the videos, it moves to a more futuristic Roman Empire part of it. The idea came from just the lyrics, us sitting down, powwowing, sitting around, just trying to see how we can make it historical, but also, modern and relevant. So, yeah, it was exciting. It was really odd for me, though, because I didn't know how it was going to come out, because I'm not a video person. I was just like, I said, is that going to work? He said, just trust me, trust me. It's all in the editing. I was like, okay, let's go for it.
The power of editing has helped out a lot of great stars, I can tell you that. Now, again, also when I'm listening to your music sounds very worldly. I mean, as you said, you're going historical, you're trying to teach a lesson with your music. When you're sitting down trying to create a song, what do you sit down and you listen to? What's your process?
My process is I don't write lyrics just to have lyrics without a beat. I can't really feel anything unless I hear music. So when I hear a music or particular beat, I start with a chorus. If I can get a chorus line or some type of bridge or some type of just basically the chorus. If I start with the chorus, I know what the song is about, and then I'm fusing. Okay, I don't want to just talk about random stuff in the universe. So let me see how I can tell a story to this beat, and that's how I go for it.
All right, very creative, very like a rigid way to do it. I like that a lot. Now, if we wanted to look for your music right now, what's out there for now, and where can we find it?
Oh, good. My music is on iTunes, Amazon, eMusic, Google, all that kind of good stuff. But everything is channeled through my website, which is Septimiusthegreat.com. On there, right now, I just released on May 7th, "Command You to Dance," which is really be-more house club music mixed with hip-hop. And I got the whole Septimius thing going on, and the whole Roman emperor commanding everyone to dance. Video's gonna be off the chain, but that's the newest release. But also, I just released two about a couple weeks ago. Was "Who's the Sexiest," which is a fusion of hip hop and dance as well. So what I'm trying to do is to stay relevant out of my 15 tracks that on my full CD that comes out in September. Like every month, I'm releasing a different song. Different genres of music. It all kind of connects at the end, and then once all that's all done with the mini video music thing, and the whole CD drops, so hopefully everyone will get it, DMV and also worldwide.
Perfect. Definitely kind of feeding the masses as you go. I like the sound of that. So 2013, as you said, you're trying to put out all these 6 videos, make your mini movie. What's coming down the pipe for 2013? What can we expect from Septimius?
Well, I'm a stage performer. I don't want to be in the studio, so I actually do about 8 to 10 shows a month. My focus was when I first started, because I'm from Baltimore, DMV area, but my sound was too worldly, like you were saying. So I started overseas immediately. I didn't do it too much locally at all. So I didn't have a fan base here. My fan base here was not the United States. Overseas, I get number 10 on dance charts in Germany. I got Austria, Amsterdam. It's huge over there, But I was just like, the record labels, especially the American record labels, their main thing they kept asking me was, where's my fan base? How many spins you have, and what radio stations here locally you have? And I'm like, okay, well, I don't really have that stuff yet because I all started overseas. So what I wanted to do is my main focus of 2013 is really to create my fan base locally, because that's where I'm at. And I want people to get what I get. Instead of knowing me outside of music, I want them to know me as a music brand. So my shows are going really, really heavy. I still do overseas back and forth between Barcelona and Paris and the Caribbean back and forth. But I try to do at least 2 or 3 shows here locally a month, so I can stay relevant.
And if people wanted to catch these shows, we can find all this information on your website, I imagine?
Yep, my schedule's on there. It's pretty tight. I try to stay busy every weekend. I got some really big shows coming up, so just check the website. It's all on there.
All right. Now, social media, obviously, you're a man of a website and stuff. Do you stay posted on Twitter, Instagram? Is there any way we can all follow you, catch the daily ideas and tweets coming live from the bathroom of Septimius the Great?
Yeah, I'm a social media hog. I got the Twitter, the Facebook, the Reverb Nation. I got the Instagram. I get everything on there. But you can always find me, again, through the website, Septimiusthegreat.com. It has my links to all my social media. So, yeah. And I follow everyone.
Now, a little thing before. Now, it seems like a lot of these artists are struggling just to build their hype locally, and you kind of just broke yourself out of the box and went to a completely different route. Any kind of advice, I guess you could say, to the people who are not challenging the game, not making music the way they should?
That's a good question, and I've been doing a lot of panel discussions with a lot of the youth and other music artists, and the one thing I always say is, what works for me is not listening to the radio, because I don't want to be a copy of a Little John or Drake or anybody else in the music business. It's not knocking anyone, but you got to be original, and that's the biggest thing to me. When I do panel discussions talking to youth or trying to get in the music business, the thing about it is research. And just because you put out a CD or you're in the studio, people are not going to come to you. You have to go to them. It's called the grind. It's called a grind for a reason, because you really have to go out and do everything. People are not going to knock on your doors. You know, you got to do every showcase. You got to do every talent show. You got to do any of the festivals or anything. I can do a show for 5 people or 50,000 people. To me, it's the same show. I don't really care how loud the applause are or how they look at me like, with deer lights, like, what the hell is that? But a show is a show. Well, to me, I always tell people, outside of going in the studio and making a hot record, you think it's hot, your whole crew's telling you it's hot, and it's gonna be hot. What you have to do is put it in front of people. So you come on stage and you get real feedback from people, and I love feedback. I don't want anyone telling me my stuff is so hot, you know, you're so different. Okay, well, how would you improve it? You know, and I'm always, after every show, I'm backstage with my dancers and everybody. I'm like, so y'all, what y'all grade me? They was like, oh, well, you know, I gave it a 7 or whatever. I was like, nah, that was a 5. I said, no, we got to change this, right? But yeah, so that's what it is. I would give advice, just hurry up and do it.
So you're the guy who kind of reads his own hate mail.
Yeah, I sure do.
All right. Well, any final shout-outs before we get to going over here in the DMV Life?
Yeah, shout out to all of my DC connections. Listen Vision to Studio, Debonair Samir, Manta Ray Records, all the rest of my crew, all my dancers and my production, my booking managers, all of them. I just shout out to all of them because without me, I couldn't do it. It's not about me. It's about my whole team. That's what makes me.
Thank yous all around. And again, this is Justin with DMVLIFE.com. Thanks for tuning in.
Bounce for me, ah baby, shake for me, ooh baby, bounce for me, bounce, bounce baby.